jumps like on the drunks like on the block like we block like.
My name is Bill Monahan, and I have a question for you. What is the craziest thing you have ever done? I can probably top it. Watch this.
I'm Billy Monahan, and I'm the CEO and founder of Cleva Records, an independent hip-hop label, and I must be out of my mind.
I'm the white guy in the hood with his Bible on the table and his gun on the table, because I felt like if I didn't get you with one, I'd get you with the other.
I have two fantastic artists, C Indefinite from Brooklyn, a former gangster rapper turned conscious MC, and Major Gage, a down south party rapper from Miami. But I got a big problem. I'm in the middle of a civil war.
Hold on. You can't swag it like the Southern swag.
I don't want to be you because being fake sucks.
Both of these guys were best friends. They were doing conscious music together.
Life is so trying, so unforgiving. So many people die trying to make a living because it's a hard life.
Now we took a meeting with a major label and they said it's just not commercial enough. Seeing it's not changing for anybody. But Gage dropped conscious like a bad habit.
Bad, she got me in the zone. Make a player want to tongue kiss her thong.
I like that.
It's garbage. It's garbage. It's garbage.
What's garbage? The man just said, yo, the track is hot. Ask him. Ask him.
Doors were opening with Gage's music. DJs that had turned us down wanted to do business with us. Underground DJs.
Brand new baby Gage, come on!
Listen, this garbage that you speak of, this pays your bill.
I know your mom's not gonna like that. I know your mother wouldn't like that.
And then you have Gage antagonizing them with the one-liner.
Hey, I'm gonna do a Save the Whales shout out at the end, all right?
We can have comedy hour, that's cool. No, we can have comedy hour though.
Crazy shit, man. I don't do verses for Greenpeace. My bad. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Gage has a big show. So Titus and I, the Haitian situation, said we'll take them shopping.
It's crazy.
yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. You crazy if you think I'm aware. That shit look like
No, I think
you know, when people who work at the Pancake House. You want me to juggle? You want me to juggle while I'm on a unicycle?
Perfect.
Perfect if I were like a middle-aged white like lounge singer with erectile dysfunction and some shit like.
The Haitian situation and I kept picking up outfit after outfit. Gage didn't like anything.
We got some more.
Bro, I can't believe we spent 3 hours here in this store. You can't find one outfit. It is a big show.
The strip clubs are the new A&Rs of the South. It's where the music is broken.
Everyone in this label knows my position. I'm not with the strip clubs.
It's not the place, it's the business meeting, bro. I said at the end of the day, that's what
It's a business meeting inside of a strip club.
When I get up to the door, I realize that my ethics, my value, my morals, it's all I have.
And we're promoting the artist in the strip clubs. So that blew up in my face.
What you gotta go do? What you gotta go do?
We got a meeting with VP from Universal.
I can't do that.
But you
You know I can't do that.
why you can't
And
do
you
it?
told me to come here?
But he said he wants to meet the team tonight at the
Okay,
show.
you meet the team then.
What do you want me to do?
Show
bro?
some a picture.
Listen,
I got a baptism before.
gotta breastfeed
I'm
the
hearing
kids.
about to baptize you.
The whole gay situation, I felt like he was kind of taunting me. I don't think he really wants to push that button because I'll hurt him.
You don't get
What
it.
is it?
You go in
Help
there,
me get it.
be comfortable, have a drink for
You
me.
gotta go get a bat.
I'm out.
You gotta
Come
go
on,
perform a
nah, this
baptism?
ain't happening.
What?
Come on.
You gotta
Take
go
that
fuck.
seat.
Some real hoe shit. I'm still waiting for you. Come baptize me, fool. I heard that remark.
Unbelievable. The only way this finishes for me is success or death.
I feel like we're right there.
I believe in the destiny of this label.
What they got going on over at Cleva Records, the formula for success.
Cleva Records in the motherfucking building, baby. Yeah, what's good, fellas?
As you saw in the sizzle reel, I'm the middle-aged white guy that built a recording studio in the North Miami hood. Now I did that because it was always been a dream of mine to be in the music business. It's been a passion of mine since I was a little boy. I realized that I was getting to a point in my life that if I was ever going to fulfill my dream of being in the music business, it was now or never. I had faith, but I was nervous at the same time. I built a beautiful recording studio, and that's how I started meeting the artists that would become Cleva Records. I signed the two most talented artists that set foot in my studio. That was C Indefinite from Brooklyn and Major Gage from Miami. They just happened to be hip-hop artists. And that is how I found myself in the middle of a civil war. Both artists were conscious MCs, which meant they were positive hip-hop artists. We were trying to make the world a better place through music. As CEO of the record label, it was my job to secure a distribution deal through a major record label. Now, you might not know what a distribution deal is, so I'll explain it to you. What happens, you have an independent label, and they're looking to get their music out to the people, but they don't have necessarily the revenue, the contacts, the connections, the distribution, the radio connects, everything that it takes to be successful as a record label. But the major record labels like Sony and Universal, they have all that. So an independent record label like Cleva Records tries to partner with the major record labels to use all their connections. I had the idea to make my down south artist, Major Gage, more commercial because his stuff was very conscious and it was very positive and I loved it. But we were not going to secure our distribution deal. So we said, let's give the major labels what they want. And I sat with Gage and we decided to do just that. And we began to redo his whole album with more commercial tracks, dance tracks, for lack of a better word, booty shaking type music. But it worked. It was successful. Gage's music was everywhere. It was in the strip clubs. It was in the nightclubs. His music was everywhere. We were on 99 Jams. We were on 790 The Ticket because we had two different songs going. One song was playing on 99 Jams, the #1 station for hip hop and R&B in Miami. And the other station, the song we did for the other station was 790 The Ticket, and that was the song we did for the Heat. So Gage's music was in the South Beach clubs, it was in the strip clubs, it was on sports talk radio, it was on 99 Jams. Gage's music was everywhere. And this is how the Civil War started. I stopped putting resources into Cian's career because Cian was doing the positive music and the labels wanted commercial. Remember, we wanted the distribution deal. So what did I do? I started putting the resources into Major Gage's career. And that bred animosity between the two guys because they're very strong personalities, they have very big egos, they each think they're the greatest artist in the label. And that's when everything blew up. You know, I did not want to go into the strip clubs. I really didn't want to be marketing our music there. Remember our vision? We wanted to change the world through music, not through bringing music to the strip clubs. It just was not what I wanted to do. But I felt like I had no choice. The strip clubs are the new A&Rs of the South, and that's how hip hop works. You have to the music has to break out in the strip clubs first, because the radio DJs, right, 99 Jams and the hip hop stations, the radio disc jockeys during the week, they spin at the strip clubs. On the weekends, on Friday, Saturday night, they spin at the big clubs on South Beach. So if you want to break a record, you have to break it with them in the strip club. So there's no getting away from it. And things started breaking for us, both good and bad. First, the good. Cian did a suicide prevention song called Try Again. It's on YouTube, very powerful. You really need to check it out. There's hundreds of comments. It saved thousands of lives. It's very impactful. It's very poignant. It's important. It's part of our original vision. It's what we wanted to do. We hooked up with 1-800-SUICIDE, the nation's leading suicide crisis prevention hotline. They ran with it. They loved it. They adopted it. We donated all the proceeds from the sale to them because that was our heart. Our heart was to help people. Major Gage's music was all over town, and Cian was having success with the Try Again, our suicide prevention song, with the YouTube hits and the views and the comments and the feedback, and we were really starting to take off. The next good thing that happened was Kathleen from 12th Ward Productions approached us, and she wanted to shoot a sizzle reel for a Cleva Records reality show. Kathleen with 12th Ward Productions only wanted the best. She was looking for the best director in the city of Miami. So Kathleen attempted to hire Kevin Lane, formerly of 40 Lane Entertainment, and now with Accelerator Media Group. Kevin was the best. Kevin was the best, hands down. Nobody could touch Kevin. Kevin was working for Disney, People Magazine, VH1. He'd worked with artists like Pitbull and J-Lo and Missy Elliott, He was the #1 guy in all of Miami. And before he would agree to work with us, he wouldn't even allow Kathleen to hire him. Before he agreed to work with us, Kevin said that he's got to meet with us and he's got to hear the music. Because Kevin's a drummer in a rock band and he knows music. And he said, if we don't have the music, we don't have a show. Kathleen brought Kevin to the studio for a meeting. He wanted to hear the music, he wanted to evaluate us, he wanted to see if we had the goods for a reality show. So we played the music, he met the guys, Kevin loved everything and said it was a go. So great things started to happen from the sizzle reel. C and Gage auditioned for a national commercial on the Fuse network, and they both landed the roles. We thought we were blowing up, we were gaining notoriety. C and Gage were both in the commercial. C gets a phone call from his cousin saying, hey cuz, I just saw you on the digital billboard in Times Square. All these great things were happening, but now for the bad. We were having all this success, but we weren't making any money. And we were not securing a distribution deal with a major record label. Dissension started creeping in. And here's why. I wasn't able to secure a distribution deal through a major record label. I felt the weight of the world on my shoulders. Everybody was looking at me to get a deal done with a major label and I just couldn't get it done. Shockingly, it did not matter how talented our artists were or how good our music was. The price that the major record labels wanted me to pay was too high and I just wasn't willing to do it. Things quickly fell apart from there. The company that was shopping our sizzle reel shopped it to only like 2 or 3 networks. They got turned down 2 or 3 times and they quit. They didn't get turned down 13 times, they didn't get turned down 23 times. They shopped it to like 2 or 3 networks and then just folded the tent and just put to bed that entire dream for all of us. But it was a blessing in disguise because nowadays we don't need the major record labels. Through the social media, we can bring our music and our brand directly to the entire world. I said in the sizzle reel that this can only end for me in success or death. And I ain't dead yet, and neither is Cleva Records. In the beginning of this video, I asked you, what is the craziest thing you've ever done? And maybe you can top me. But I'm going back in because I'm not quitting on my dream. I'm not quitting on the guys. I'm not quitting on my team. I'm not quitting on myself. I'm not quitting. I don't have any quit in me. I said this ends for me in success or death, and I wasn't kidding. I mean it with every fiber in my being. Somebody said it isn't over until you win. I haven't won yet. We haven't won yet, but we're gonna win. We're gonna win. We're gonna win as a team. And it's time to put the team back together again. I have to start with my right-hand man, Ralph Rush, AKA the Magic City Hustler. I'm gonna sit down with him and talk and ask him to reach out to the guys and see if we can put this Cleva Records team back together again. The only problem is there's a little bit of bad blood. The guys are kind of mad at me. Broken dreams die hard. I get it. But I gotta talk them into doing this again. I gotta talk them into trying again. I gotta talk them into dreaming again. You just can't quit. You can't quit on your dreams. We can't quit on our dreams. You can't quit on your dreams. I promise you that if you help us, if you support us, if you comment, if you like, if you subscribe, you will go with us on this journey. We'll say you were here from the beginning. We'll do this together. You encourage me, I promise you that I will encourage you to follow your dreams. Every time I'm in front of a camera, every time I have a microphone, it won't be about me, it'll be about you. What dream did you quit on? What do you need to dust off the shelf? What do you need to believe again? Can you try again and dream again? Come back next week as I'm reaching out to Ralph Rush, the Magic City Hustler. He's my right-hand man, he's my go-to guy. I can't do this without him, and I need him to reach out to the fellas on my behalf. We all know life is hard, and it gets harder when you give up on your dreams. Here's the best song you've never heard, Hard Life by C Indefinite.
Yeah. If there is no struggle, there can be no progress. For all my brothers and sisters in every tongue, nation, and tribe, give thanks in your suffering, for suffering produces perseverance, perseverance character, and character hope. straight struggling, trying to keep my head above the water, trying to be the best supporter for my son and for my daughter, trying to be a good example, trying to raise a good people, trying to make a couple million, trying to make the money legal, trying to hold a steady job with the a petty job. Gotta keep a roof above us. Nowadays it's pretty hard, especially for a struggling MC like me, with naughty dreads on my head and no college degree. I went from lying on my resume to try to find a better pay, to scheming on the gloves, ski mask and a getaway, to working labor pool, slaving, barely shaving dead away, to breaking to the point of praying daily for a better day. The stress is incredible. Sometimes my head feels sick. My kids' teachers asking me for money for a field trip. They needed new sneakers and clothing. They growing real quick. It makes you wanna holler, holler with me if you feel it. Yo, life is so trying, so unforgiving. So many people die trying to make a living. 'Cause it's a hard life. I'm saying life is so trying, so unforgiving. So many people die trying to make a living. 'Cause it's a hard life. It's kinda hard trying to maintain, remain sane. The players change, but it's the same game. Different slaves, same chain, different name, same vein, different day, same pain, same struggle, different levels. Stay a rebel, never settle. Keep a plan, maybe several, cause you never know when the wind is gonna blow. It shifts your whole flow. You can go from being filthy rich to dirt poor. And when you lose something you had before, it hurt low. With poor folk ain't never had much, so we don't expect much. So we never work hard, and so we never get much. It's a sick reality, strict ghetto mentality, controlling our salaries and molding our boundaries and holding our families back. And if your family's black, it's even worse. So we moving in reverse, keep the cycle of destruction, the crisis, and how high the price is. We're paying with our lives, recognize. Yo, life is so trying, so unforgiving. So many people die trying to make a living. 'Cause it's a hard life. I'm saying life is so trying, so unforgiving. So many people die trying to make a living. 'Cause it's a hard life. Take a walk through the woods with the wrong color skin, they gon' hang you. In the hood with the wrong color linen, they gon' bang you. It's a lose-lose situation. It ain't about race as much as it's about the great disgrace of a nation under God and indivisible, with liberty and justice for those who can afford it. The poor never saw it. History has a record and play the tape back. Poor people fed up, plotting to take over. We passed take back. What happened to the mule and 40 acres? The reason why my people so strong is cause the struggle couldn't break us. But how long will it take us just to come up and get over? Asked the wino, he told me soon as we get sober. He nodded off, repeating as if I was still asking. Food for thought, packaged that like a meal ration. Feel passion for the man bagging empty bottles and cans. Drop a couple dollars in his hand. And your life is so trying, so unforgiving. So many people die trying to make a living. 'Cause